Hello guys, welcome to Amor-Zone TV. I hope you are okay. Guys, please watch this video till the end because I know if you see Malema, you will think you've watched this video already. But there are so many things in this video. So please watch it till the end.
The level of violence perpetrated against African foreign nationals in this country over the past few months has a face. We know who the instigators and the perpetrators of this violent act are. In certain instances, we have seen perpetrators unleashing their violence against African immigrants in the presence of the police, and yet no one of these perpetrators and instigators is arrested. This gives an impression that this violence is in fact a state-sanctioned violence against African nationals. This hardens the attitudes of our sisters nations in the continent, because to them and to many of us, these are not isolated actions of vigilante groups, but rather actions aided by the state. Why have the perpetrators of this violence not been arrested and prosecuted? What is even worse, the two of them came to meet with you. You should have locked them up that day when they came to meet you. Thank you.
The question I have for Malema, before one of those people he wants Ramaphosa to arrest, I respond because one of them is here to respond to what he is saying. Why was Malema quiet when Africans were sleeping on the streets for close to 2 months? Why was he not pushing Ramaphosa to arrest those people he is calling criminals that they dislike and abuse Africans? Why was he not pushing Ramaphosa to arrest them during that time? Why now? What is so special about this time? He was supposed to push Ramaphosa that time because some of these people, they were even given birth on the streets. Even during that time, Amor-Zone Center used to go there to those camps where these people were camping. But he never said anything about that. So now, because of AfriForum and March, the anger is going up. Malema is getting angry now for something that happened 3 months ago. Why? Because March is now working together with AfriForum. He's now realizing that Africans were abused. What a shame.
Umalema ubufakazi bokuthi kuyingozi kangakanani ukufuya umuntu okufika kulelizwe. Umalema phela kuyena wakulelizwe. Inzalo yakhe, imvelaphi yakhe akuyona yakulelizwe. Umalema uzwazi ukukhulela kulelizwe ekubeni abazali bakhe kungabona abakulelizwe. Lokhu nje akukhulumayo umalema kubufakazi bokuthi kuyingozi kangakanani ukufuya ingane yomuntu okufika kulelizwe. Ngoba lento ayikhulumayo uyikhulunyiswa ukuthi yena ucabangela imvelaphi yakhe, akacabangeli lelizwe. Akekho umholi ofuna amavoti ase-South Africa ongakhathazekile ngodaba labantu bokufika. Lezi ingane zabantu ezigcwele lapha ko-Hillbrow, ezigcwele lapha ko-Uville, ezigcwele khona la ko-Bramfish, eziphelayo ngama-drugs. Uthini ngazo ko-Alexander, hambe Alex uyobuka ingane zabantu ukuthi zinjani, ingane zamadoda. Akanandaba nalokho. Unendaba nomuntu waseZimbabwe, unendaba nomuntu waseNigeria, akanandaba nomuntu wase-South Africa. So mina kungethusi, ngiyaqala ukubuzwa, kodwa kungethusi-ke uma kuvela kuMalema, ngoba uMalema ngiyazi ukuthi enye eziyinkinga empilweni yakhe ukuthi ubaba akazabe naye. So into yokubaluleka kwezwe akakwazi. Uwazi ukubaluleka kwezwe ngokweyingxoxo zepolitiki nezinto ezikhulunywa ngokwepolitiki. Ukube abantu abasebenza ipolitiki izwe balithanda ngempela, ngabe izwe kade lalungu, ngabe kade umhlaba wabuyela kubantu. Lokhu ukuthi balithanda izwe nokuthi balwela izwe kusemlonyeni kubo, akukho ezenzweni. Thina sikwazile ngeminyaka emibili sikwazile ukuthi sihambise abantu abaningi abedlula abantu abahanjiswa uHome Affairs nabantu ababoshwayo ngeminyaka emibili. So kwenzeka kanjani ukuthi thina singabantu phaka singenayo ngisho ibudget sikwazi ukwenza into enkulu kangaka? So mina ngiyamxolela loyo ngoba vele uye ejele ngoDisemba, manje vele ufuna ukuhamba nami, ufuna ukuhlala nami ejele kushuthi ke bomfuna ucele kupresident amzameke angibophele ukuthi ke ngiyohlala naye lapha sixoxe ukuthi awunkokheli awusekunjalo, uyabo. Akungethusi lokho ngoba vele umuntu ngisho ukuthi uyamlalela, uyambotha umuntu osegive upile. Uthi uyabenyanya belungu ukuthi ingane zakhe ifunda nabelungu. Uthi uyabanyanya belungu ufuna ukuthatha umhlaba kodwa yena uhlala endlini yomlungu. Uthi uyabenyanya belungu uthi akuvulwa amabhodo kodwa ubiye ngodonga wena ongakwazi ukubona ngaphakathi kulona. Akuyona ni contradiction le. Uthi abantu aba-own ama-industries kodwa abalandeli be-EFF abanalutho naba sinabo la eBramfish njengamanje. Bayahlupheka, bahlushwa ngamakutshukutshu, basatshiswa ngamakutshukutshu. Yena uthi aba-own ama-industries. Uwa-ona kuphi la ama-industries yena ngoba uye yedwa owakwazi ukuyithathela imali lapha ayeyithatha khona. So kakusethusi thina lokho, sicela ukuthi siqhubeke nomsebenzi. Uma lufika lolo suku ama-South Africans ayodecide ukuthi enza njani. Mina nje mhla kuthi kuboshwa mina ilapho engiyobona khona ama-South Africans yini ayimele ngoba akukho lapho engingaphula khona umthetho.
It's so sad because these Africans think Malema is fighting for them. Malema is using them. He's fighting for himself and his gang members for their illegal activities to move freely through our borders. That is why he wants borders to be open, not for Africans, but for himself and his cartel members.
Thank you for that question, Honorable Malema. The issue of the instigators of this violent actions that have been taken against people from other countries is a matter that is being processed. The police have informed us, and all security apparatus have informed us that they are following all that up. They are getting all the reports and evidence. A number of other people have been arrested, and of course, those others who were seen to be leading these processes are also people who are of interest, of direct interest to the police, and that is a process that is going to be followed up. We are obviously concerned about the actions that have been taken against many Africans in our country, and we have made it clear that those who violate the law, those who transgress the various precepts of our laws, need to be dealt with. And in a number of cases where, for instance, incidents of violence have even resulted into injury, into death, we are going to be following all that up and ensuring indeed that those who have perpetrated those acts are followed up, and there will be arrests, and there will be charges that will be preferred against those who have done so.
Mr. President, why not arresting Malema first before abusing your powers to arrest innocent citizens? Malema stole money in VPS Bank. He is the #1 suspect at the Madlanga Commission. Why are you not arresting him? And you know Malema is dealing with illicit cigarettes. Why are you not arresting him?
Mr. President, there is no doubt that this has caused so much damage to South Africa's relations with our sister African nation who view this as a state-aided violence. What concrete steps is your government taking to ensure prosecution, to protect foreign nationals living in South Africa, and to reassure the continent that this government does not condone xenophobia?
Why must we always be concerned about what Africa will say about what we are doing in our own country? Why must we always please Africa? These people are abusing their own people in their countries, but no one is saying anything about that. But we are always trying to please them. South Africa is saying king and wamampela.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Mr. President, March and March's campaign may have cast a spotlight on the issue of illegal migration, but the presidency and DIRCO have failed to address the root cause of the decades-long influx of cross-border travel to our country, the dictatorial and oppressive regimes that plague many of our neighboring states and deprive their citizens of freedom and opportunity. We cannot keep using respect for state sovereignty as a convenient excuse not to address brutal dictatorships next door. This matter remains diplomatically sensitive, but it can no longer be ignored or brushed aside. When will you take seriously and actively address the backslide of democracy in our region and the growing threat of authoritarianism and state collapse that is placing the burden of mass migration on South Africa's doorstep?
Honorable Speaker, we have, in our analysis of the reasons why people throng to our country, addressed the issue of South Africa being seen to be an economic oasis, and the fact that being this economic oasis that people see and perceive that they can get a better life from South Africa, as the one that has attracted a number of people to our country. Now, what makes people leave their own countries is given rise to by a variety of reasons. People either leave because they feel that their lives are in danger. They are refugees seeking security elsewhere. They either leave because their economic situations are dire and want to come to better locations where they can advance their economic challenges. And they leave for many other reasons. So we will deal with other countries with respect.
So South Africa is an economic hub of Africa. Our president is saying this without fear that these people are running away from their countries because they are suffering. They are looking for greener pastures. What about his own people? Are South Africans employed? South Africans are unemployed. They don't have opportunities because of these people. He's not thinking about how we feel. How are we surviving? South Africans are complaining about overcrowded schools, overcrowded hospitals, overcrowded clinics. He doesn't care. He's only sympathizing with foreign nationals. Kwaze kwanzima.
We will deal with other countries with recognition of what they are and what they stand for. Where there are challenges in other countries, it is the regional bodies that will take a firm view of what needs to be done. So we act in accordance with the decisions of our region. We are not lone rangers. So we are a product of our region. We are a member of our region, and we must act in unison with our region. South Africa remains a respected member of the African community of nations and a principled Pan-African actor. While some African countries have raised concerns about the anti-migrant actions by some groups in our country, as a government, we have firmly and publicly rejected xenophobia, Afrophobia, vigilantism, and all forms of discrimination against people from other countries. Last week, at the 46th Ordinary SADC Summit that we hosted in eThekwini, we took the opportunity to brief the leaders of the region on the situation in the country. And this we did without being asked either to account or to explain. We took it upon ourselves to put the matter on the agenda, and I also addressed it in my inputs, and we explained precisely what the situation had been in our country. Now, through our comprehensive approach to managing migration, we have emphasized that migration challenges must be addressed through the rule of law, respect for human dignity, and the strengthening of state institutions, not through unlawful actions targeting foreign nationals.
Our president is saying in their summit in eThekwini, he addressed this issue of illegal immigration with other African leaders without being asked. It just came from him that let me address this issue with African leaders. It's no longer us who have been making noise, pushing him to speak to these people. He just thought, oh no, let me address this issue. That's the president of the ANC. That's the president of the GNU. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think on the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and share the video. Love you guys. Bye.